Hey, thanks for joining me and thanks for supporting me here on Patreon. I appreciate it. One of the things that's really important, it's one of the kind of, I guess, maybe fundamental tenets. I'm never sure what principles, I'm not sure which word is the right word to use, but about applied behavior analysis, our understanding of how behavior works, about the science of how behavior works, is that behavior is under the control of the environment. And that environment is the external environment, what happens to us in the world, and also includes what happens inside. We have an internal environment. For humans, that environment includes stuff we think about, stuff we feel. We assume that dogs also have stuff going on inside as well. It does not deny that. It does not take that away from dogs. And so we always want to think about it and consider it, but it is not observable for the most part. I mean, we can hook dogs up to certain pieces of equipment and start measuring respondent behaviors, heart rates and blood pressure and cortisol and different things. But generally speaking, most of us can't do that. What we can do, however, is observe and collect data on the behaviors that we can see. And that and understanding and realizing that that behavior is being impacted by the external environment, which we can observe and in many cases can control, but and also keeping in the back of our minds that there's also stuff internally going on that we may need to consider. And we do generally with fearful dogs because we're assuming that there's stuff going on inside that indicates that that's fearful, that we would label as fearful. Okay, so that's something. You wrap your head around this one. Behavior is controlled by the environment. Now, most people, we don't like that. It sort of sits wrong with us. What do you mean? You're telling me that I don't have free will? You're telling me that I'm not just making, good decisions because I'm a better person than somebody else? That I've been successful because I am better than somebody else? Or that I've worked harder than somebody else? But that, even our willingness to work hard is based on what our environment has set us up for. And so, this is just something I want to put that out there, because when it's kind of a, I don't know if it's, it was just genius by, Skinner. And this is not just like an idea. This is not a hypothesis. This is something that is backed up by decades of experimental behavior analysis. We can control behavior. If we can control the environment, we can control behavior. And one of the ways that we can test it. And that's what we do when we do functional analyses of behavior, is we see, can I control this behavior by changing the outcome for the animal, right? Can I turn this behavior off by giving the dog something they want? Dog is barking. Well, why are they barking? I don't know. Are they barking just because there's somebody else is barking? Are they barking because they want my attention? Are they barking to get food? Are they barking to go out the door? Well, we can test it. Give them what we think, that we provide them with what the barking, we believe the barking is, the function of the barking, right? Give me food, right? We give the dog the food. What happens? Well, they stop barking, until they start barking again. Right? And then we can turn the barking off by giving them food. That's just sort of a general, quick way that we talk about doing functional analyses of things. We look and see what is controlling the behavior. Can I turn the behavior off? Can I turn the behavior on again? And if I can, how do I do it? What can I present that says to the dog, do it now, and then provide them with an outcome that is likely to increase and maintain that behavior? So anyway, that's it. I'm not doing it justice, but it is something that I want you to start to think about, because when it comes to training dogs, this is what makes us, is going to make us successful, is our understanding. The problem, is not simply that, the dog lacks impulse control. Oh, that dog is easily frustrated. Whatever it is that we're using to say, oh my gosh, that dog's behavior is, there's something wrong with them, and we need to somehow come up with a way to fix it. Now, in the process, of, quote unquote, fixing the behavior through training. We likely will change fundamentally what's going on inside the dog. I mean, that's, that's even an assumption that even before Skinner was able to monitor what goes on in a brain, he assumed it was happening. That if you do something, if you create something in the environment that causes a behavior, if you practice something over and over and over again, that we could probably go in and look at the brain before that occurred, before the training and then after the training, and see changes in the brain. And in fact, that's what people do. We look and see, well, what parts of the brain are activated, which parts develop either more blood flow, or we see more synapses developed. I don't know, that's like way out of my league, but that's what folks are studying, and it's just amazing. But for us as trainers, one of the things that we can sort of just kind of go, well, I guess I don't have to be a neuroscientist in order to know how to change behaviors in our dogs. I just need to figure out how to change the environment. And I am also part of that environment. And so put that in your head, start letting it ricochet around in your brain. Think about it, get back to me, let me know sort of what questions you have or what thoughts you've had about it, because this is the stuff about behavior that is just so endlessly reinforcing for me. I just love this stuff. So again, thank you all for joining me. I hope that you enjoy these my little walking in the woods with dogs podcasts. I'm going to try and keep them short. Sometimes I can start to go off on tangents, and I really want to work on that. And I hope that the quality is good, because I'm using an iPad with basically an earphone mic. So hopefully it's going to be good enough quality as well, so that it's not an unpleasant listen. Again, so thank you all, and see you online.